How can I add, subtract, and multiply polynomials? So a polynomial is, poly means many and nomial means terms. So it's a mathematical expression that has many terms, such as constants like 3, -20, or half, variables like x and y, or exponents. But in this case, we're looking at only whole number exponents, so 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on like that. Now you're also going to hear terms like monomial, binomial, trinomial. All that means is mono is 1, bi is 2, tri is 3. So a monomial is one term. That's one thing. This is considered a term, 3xy squared. A binomial is two terms, and terms are separated by addition or subtraction. So 5x minus 1. A trinomial is three terms, 3x plus 5y minus 3. So 1, 2, 3 terms. Well, how can we add, subtract, multiply, and multiply polynomials? Well, in this case, we're going to add them. This is something you have been doing in math. It's just now we're giving it a fancy name of adding polynomials, right? Well, here's 3x plus 9 plus 13 minus 8x. So since these are both being added, I can essentially just kind of ignore these parentheses, and the associative property of addition allows me to kind of switch these around. I combine my like terms. 3x and -8x can get combined to be -5x. 9 and 13 are combined to equal 22. So the simplified term is -5x plus 22. So that's how you would add those polynomials. Here's subtraction. Now in subtraction, we have to be careful with the parentheses, and when I'm subtracting, you can distribute the negative to the two terms inside the next polynomial. So this negative makes this -14, and then instead of being -11, a -14x. So that would be -11 becomes +11. Now I can combine my like terms, so -2x and -14 become -16x, -14x. 2, 6, and 11 become 17. So -16x plus 17. That's how I would subtract those two polynomials. Now in this situation, I'm multiplying two polynomials. So we have 3x plus 6, this quantity, times 2x plus 7. This is similar to the distributive property, but we want to make sure we multiply both terms here by both terms here. So we do 3x times 2x, and that gives us 6x squared, because x times x is x squared, and 3 times 2 is 6. Then we do 3x times 7, and that gives us 3 times 7 is 21 times x. Then we do, so we've done both of 3x times both of these terms, so now we do 6 times both of these. 6 times 2x is 12x. 6 times 7 is 42. Now we can combine like terms. In this case, we have two x terms, so we can combine 21x and 12x. Gives us 33x. The other two do not have like terms, so we end up with what's a trinomial, a three-term polynomial here. 6x squared plus 33x plus 42. Of course, sometimes we'll have to do all of them at the same time. Let's have some fun with this one. So, now in this case, I have addition here, we have multiplication here, and we have multiplication here. It's just, you could put parentheses here to indicate that piece, because this is a monomial, so we only have one term times the binomial. So we do 3x squared times x. Well, this equals, so -3x squared times x would be negative, and it will be x to the third, and it would be 3, -3x to the third. Then I have to do it times the 4. So -3 times +4 is going to be -12, so it'll be a negative term. X, there's no x term, so just say x squared. Now I can put this whole thing in parentheses if I want to. Now I can multiply out this side. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times 2 is going to be +6x. Now I do -1 times x. That will be -x. Negative 1 times 2. That will be negative 2. Now, I can put the parentheses here, but due to the associative property of addition, since I'm adding these two polynomials together, I can now kind of drop the parentheses and look for like terms. So I can look here, I have an x to the third term, that's the only one. So I could start writing negative 3x to the third. Now I have a negative 12x squared. I also have a 3x squared, and that's it. So negative 12 plus 3 would be negative 9, so negative 9x squared. Now I come over here, I've used this term, I can kind of cross these as I combine them. 6x minus x, so that would just be 5x, so plus 5x minus 2, And now I have simplified that term, and I've added, subtracted, and multiplied polynomials. I did it all in one. Hooray!